Alright guys, this is what we're going to do. We're going to, it's hard to see on this. We're going to take out some of these frets right here on the 20s. What is this? 21 to 23, I believe it is. This is the only fret that I'm actually having problems with. Figured might as well go live and do it. And the new guitar, let me flip this over one more time. Here she is. The Ibanez, this is so weird to say, it's a long thing. GRGR or GRGG. Was it GRGR221P? Was it P? P and then Aqua ABQ. This is things like Terminator style guitar. Fixed dial bridge, irregular tone and volume, 5-way selector. This is not Poplar. It's a screen print, so it's just they took a picture of Poplar and threw that on there. But it looks real. It's really nice. I traded my Van Halen for it because I needed something with a little bit more beef on it, or that didn't have a lot of heaviness on it because it was killing my back and whatnot. And as much as I wanted to keep it, my guitars have to be tools, not toys, and this was a better thing. So they really gave me a good deal on stuff. So anyway, digressing. What's cool is when you look at the guitar as it is right now, they moved back to low E. So when you drop tune on this guitar, it still gives you that really cool tension. So it's pretty awesome. I dig that. It's something I've noticed. And the guitar came with, I believe it's 10s, because I have it in drop C. But no matter what I did, that's when I started figuring out, hey, these frets right here, when you bend up just the 16th fret, I believe, yeah, no, not the 16th. I believe that would be the 18th fret. That's when you start noticing all the problems. I'm extremely tired. I've been working on guitars the past week. I got heat exhaustion too. Not a excuse, but it happens. And so I just took my trusty old, where did I put it? There's my fret tools. Took my trusty old fret leveler piece just to see, and my fret rocker, that's what it is. Did that, and I was like, oh, there's the culprit, and there's the culprit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to place this down, and literally, that's the only thing that gives me problems on this whole guitar, which is plus because this is a 2025 model, and normally I would get nothing but problems with this, and as a seasoned guitar player and tech guy, there we go, I've worked on so many newer guitars where you had nothing but fret problems all up here, or as we call it, the rhythm songwriter area. And this was the only problem. It's been climatized to the weather and all that. And I was just like, thank you, God. You only gave me a couple of frets to work on. Reverse shark tooth inlays, which I thought were pretty cool. Kind of brings you back to that new metal 90s sound. And then look how cool this is. Even though it's just like a screen print or whatnot. I mean, it's just gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. And then the cool little way to get into the truss rod. It's new, so it takes a little bit of... Look at that. How cool is that? I've always liked that. So, they still got paint in there, so it's a pain in the ass. But what are you going to do? At least it's better than having to screw and unscrew crap. So, I gotta tighten these up a little bit, but it is what it is. So now, what I'm going to do is... No. I hate this one. I put you guys right there. And you guys can see perfect. And I'm going to fret level. I'm not going to be able to see if you guys comment or not, but I will check back every couple of minutes and whatnot, just so I can see what you guys are saying. But feel free to ask questions and whatnot, but I'm just going to go and, like I said, just do, because it's not going to take long to hit, what is it, 3 frets, and it's just spot fretting. So, you know, you guys can just check it out and see how I'm doing it and learn how, and just use this as a learning experience. And another thing too, it's always good to have these mats. I say this a lot when I do these videos, and getting a neck stabilizer, because you're gonna be all over the place, especially if you have animals around. They really go crazy. So we got this. And when you're doing frets, you want to do it kind of like how they're all rounded. You want to keep doing it like that. I think I'm gonna throw. I've talking my pickup guy. I'm gonna throw the Zach Wild set on this. One more, and then I'm done with that one. You just have to have a light touch with these. This whole kit I got was 10, 11 bucks after taxes and whatnot. And I've done so many guitars with this, just this fret rocker and fret file. There's so much work, so many guitars with this. It's a lot of monotonous work, but it does the job. All right, let's see. You got any? Hey, Laxman, I am filing some frets down just because I got this new Ibanez GRGR221 or 221 P. What is it? P. I'll just say P Aqua Burst. Or, yeah, Aqua Burst. When I was setting it up for what I like for low action and all that, there was when I bent the one. Where is it? They right here when I bent it up to do, just the bend, it went it bent the other frets were ting 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 on that, so all the other strings didn't do it. So I'm just kind of spot fretting and all that. So it's fun. I enjoy doing it. I do it to all my guitars, so they just don't mess up. And then I'm gonna go back over it with some sandpaper and some friend. That's what I gotta get too. Oh, I look back there. You reminded me. There's another company I want to get on the channel. This is a great company. Okay. Oh, my freaking neck. All right, next one. If you guys are ever wanting to get into fretwork, just realize this is a very tedious job. It's not just, oh, he's just doing this, this, and this. No, you got to know that basically if this fret, the ninth fret's buzzing right here, it could be because of the 15th fret, or maybe it's because of the 12th fret, and it needs an adjustment. It's so tedious. You got to rack your brain of like, well, let me see if the neck straight and all this. Okay, well, the neck straight. Well, maybe the saddles aren't all correct if you have a fixed bridge. Because I do like fixed bridges, and I love tremolos. They're the two bridges that I like the most because they can set up the easiest and the fastest. The ones that give me the most problems are the old school tremolo systems, the ones with the trem bar and they're called the six screws. Those ones are a pain because they have, you have to get the six screws on right, drilled in just right, and then they have these saddles, and that's a pain in the butt. I have never tried a Bigsby, and I don't think I ever would because that is so archaic looking. It just doesn't make any sense. What's another one? That two-way, the two-pole one isn't actually that bad. It's pretty easy. That's not a bad one. I put that up with like if we were doing like one of those poster things, I'd put that at like an A just because you can bend it a lot easier, and it still has this kind of bridge, but you don't really mess with this. You mess with the poles. The reason I like trims the most is because you can just there's just I don't know, there's something about them that's just better. It's probably because I learned it on them. This was the most problematic one. Let's see. You want to use, I think this is it. You want to use this side. And you order possibly a new file. Yep, there you go. That's the side you want to use. I've used this, like I was saying, so much. There's so much, it's just worn down. But, it's still got a lot of life in it. It's just between knockoff guitars from China saying that, oh, it's really real, we're in the U.S., blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, just because you have guitars staged in the U.S. doesn't mean you're from the U.S. I basically done a whole Ibanez knockoff guitar with 24 frets with this one file. My hand went dead. The guitar worked like it was brand new again, but yeah, you can see where it's missing some of the teeth. Okay, give you a show right there. All right, check this one more time. I gotta go outside for a smoke. Ah, wait, I can do this. I can finish this up. We got one left. These bottom ones are really tough. I'm curious how the 85 sounds like. This is the wood pickup I haven't used yet by EMG. Ooh. All right, last one. We got one more. Right there. There we go. Almost done. See, the one thing with me is I can usually get past it for guitar mic, just a tad bit of buzz, but if it goes just kind of, not frets out, but if it just fret mutes itself and all that, like it just cuts out. I guess it kind of sounds like fretting out. No, when it's just like it mutes itself and all that after so long, it's just like, I think the guitar is broken. It's always in the back of my head and whatnot. So yeah, I'm always trying to fix, just fixing it and whatnot and getting it to where it needs to be. So I remember being that player that was always scared to touch the guitar and all that and fix it, because I was always like, I don't know how to do it, so I shouldn't do it. And then once I started asking questions from my local shop, after hundreds and hundreds of dollars going into his pocket for just turning a wrench a couple times and some screwdrivers, he told me some tricks to it, and that's how I got good at it. Almost done. That's right, it's just a couple little spots. I'm usually more talkative in the videos, but when I work on frets, sometimes I forget I even have anything on it. Now, there's the fun part. Sand. Hey, thanks, Aaron. Yeah, I just got it yesterday. It's Ibanez. Jesus, I can't say the name. I gotta get used to it. It's the GRGR221PA-ABQ for Aqua Burst. I got it in a straight trade by going to my favorite guitar store, and I traded off my Eddie Van Halen because my back's so bad I can't even play that guitar sitting down. So this is like a quarter of the weight. And I know most people are like, you got rid of an Eddie Van Halen guitar. It's like, well, it's just a guitar. It's not my life, and I don't believe in guitars just sitting around doing nothing. Considering guitars are tools, not toys, and I don't consider guitars art pieces. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think guitars are gorgeous when they can be, but I don't. If the guitar's not doing anything, it's just sitting around. To me, it's a waste, and I would rather have an instrument that I can play, if that makes sense. Because I get hired to do stuff, and I'd rather have a guitar already set in that tuning, or in one of the standard kind of tunings that people use for recording, rather than, oh well, I have that guitar just tuned that because blah 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 blah. And it's funny. This burl isn't real burl. It's just It's a picture of it. So they laminated the top, kind of. And I was like, well, that's cool. I don't really care. It looks cool to me, and the headstock looks the same. So there we go. And if you can't get this Ernie Ball stringer peg tightener, because I would never believe these are worth it until I got older. And yeah. So this guitar, from just looking in the back here, having that little extended piece of the ferrule where that goes in, you can have thicker gauge strings on here. I'm not going to. I don't like really anything higher than a 10.5. I go with the philosophy anymore. You don't have to down tune to be heavy. That doesn't make you heavy. There you go. It's turned to tight now. Because right now this is set up for drop C, and you would think it'd be really wobbly, and it's not. It actually feels really nice. The pickups aren't anything to write home about. I mean, they're stock Ibanez pickups. And Ibanez isn't known for their stock pickups. I mean, there's always been good. Damn it. Come on. Come on. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Just restring it and go for it. I'll play it when I get all finished and start playing some riffs and all that. But thanks for stopping by, everybody.